Yeah, so in today's time, right, you don't want to leave your job. And like Dante, I think his name was Dante London. If you want to go ahead and look up his YouTube page and check him out, he got some good messages and some good videos on there. So I think his name is Dante London. So like Dante was saying, you don't want to leave your job because right now life is no joke and it's crucial times, especially in the winter time. I'm not sure where you guys are at, but I'm in the U.S., Northeast to be exact. We get a lot of winter storm, a lot of cold times. So right now is not a good time, or probably not any time is a good time to just up and leave your job unless you have set forth a plan. You already have put in place your monthly expenses, your monthly budget, and you know what's going to go down the line because you already know how much you have to spend on your utilities, car payment, insurance, living expenses. So you have your monthly budget, and you have to convert those monthly budget into what they call your your emergency fund. So your emergency fund is basically funds to cover your expenses if you don't have a job, if you get laid off, if you can't work your 9 to 5, etc. So in order to leave your 9 to 5 or be willing to leave your 9 to 5, you have to have, I believe you should have certain things situated. So make sure you have $1,000 emergency fund at least. If at best, try to have 3 to 6 months emergency fund so you can cover all your monthly expenses for 3 to 6 months while you're grinding, while you're doing what you have to do, figuring out, structuring your business the right way, figuring out what you need to get business funding, learning entrepreneurship skills, learning even if you're not just going into entrepreneurship, but you're doing a 1099 or the gig economy, you have to learn the best apps that you can get on, the best ways to offer your services, how you can market your services even better, making the best out of your time. So for example, I do some gig work, right? So there's a few apps that I use. So you have to make sure you're managing those apps to the best. So you can see, okay, if I'm doing a pickup in this area and dropping off in this area, let me see on these apps if there's anything available in the area that I'm dropping off. So you're making a better use of your time instead of just having to drive back and you're not making any money. It's best to have, okay, I'm picking up some stuff here, I'm dropping it here. By the time I drop it off here, let me jump on the apps or any app, see if anything's available on any of these apps that's going back the same direction that I'm going. So you have to be willing to get down and organize that stuff. Even on paper, you got to be willing to have a planner set forth. You got to be willing to be able to sacrifice your time, sacrifice your entertainment, sacrifice all the fun things that you used to do, because you're going to have to grind at least for a few months, even up to years, I know a few of us probably in the entrepreneurship still grinding for years, Yeah, it's coming in handy. Yeah, you learn a lot of stuff. Yeah, you're able to do different things and this and that. But at the same time, a lot of us is still grinding it out just to get to that financial freedom. And that's the main thing, is that financial freedom. And yes, you'll hear people out there saying you can't achieve that financial freedom if you're just working a 9 to 5, or you can't achieve financial freedom working a 9 to 5. But what they don't say is, yeah, you can achieve it, but you got to sacrifice and you got to invest that money from your 9 to 5. You got to be willing to invest in yourself or in your business or any side hustle that you're doing, any gig that you got to do. Any gigs that you got to do, you got to be willing to sacrifice and invest into it. So putting up some money into learning different skills, getting different programs. But you can't just get up and leave your 9 to 5, ladies and gentlemen. Because just trust me, I had it in my thoughts to leave 9 to 5. Matter of fact, I had got laid off from a job that I was at for about 14, 15 years. Got laid off. And yes, I could have went, I did try to collect unemployment. And that's another thing too. Unemployment is becoming a headache. Unemployment is coming a hassle, because you're not just, okay, saying, yeah, you're unemployed this week, and they give you the money. Now unemployment, you got to go out. You got to show that you're actively looking for a job. You're actively doing interviews. You're actively searching for different places that's hiring. You got to show proof, like on some screenshot or some dates and times. There's different things that they're doing right now. So if you want to just leave your 9 to 5, I don't say do that right away. I say grind it out a few months, 6 months,